What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. And today we got Charles Barkley coming at Skip Bayless. Now, as you all know, Charles and Skip, they have a long history of this back and forth where Barkley, he's pretty much fed up with Skip Bayless's takes on these athletes and just his erroneous talking points. So you remember he even said he wanted to take Skip up out of here, but you know that was said as somewhat of an exaggeration of what he wants to do to Skip, and Skip took it serious, went on his podcast and tried to make it like Barkley was really saying it, like he was really threatening his life, which wasn't the case. I mean, we all know how Barkley talked. Sure, he had used those words, maybe not, but we all knew how he meant it, right? So he spoke last night about him and Shannon Sharpe, and before this, you know, he had, whenever Skip told him to put his glasses back on, Barkley made fun of that too, and we have that video on this channel if you want to check it out. But check out what Barkley said last night, and I'll be right back.
Hey, I'm sick of you, man.
What?
I'm sick of you.
What happened?
You interrupted Ernie already. The first show of the year, you already interrupted him. Can he finish his monologue?
Stop. Stop. Okay, I got it. Hey, here's
I watched it on YouTube too.
so
I didn't see the show. I saw it.
here's the New Year out there, everybody. Yeah, Chuck at it already. Easy.
I bet
you're
the
right.
powers of
We
people
about to
be
get cut
coming.
off
You're
from
right.
TV forever. Mama, I'm coming home.
I'm not taking my tweet down.
Hey, no,
I'm not taking my tweet down. I believe what I said.
Hey, where's that case? Talk about. You want to talk about the Joker?
Hey, go ahead.
No. It's
All
you're up.
right, because every time I want to talk, you want to interrupt me.
Will you allow him to talk about the Jokers for?
You know how much your mom means to me.
Right.
And I just want to say, man, between the Papa John's and the General, man, putting her in commercials is really awesome.
Yeah.
She loves you too.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She loves you. I don't.
Be nice if he put me in.
Okay,
And Ernie.
trust me. I know, I'm just like Shannon. I know what it's like to work with somebody you hate.
And we're also going to take a look at Barkley's history of calling out Skip Bayless before it has reached this point. Check this out, and I'm going to be right back to react to it.
If I get a disease and I'm gonna die, how about I get Skip Bayless in here and I kill him live on national television?
I'm gonna tell you something. If I could get Skip Bayless in a room,
we
need DNA to define who it was when I got through with it. Back. I love the way. Hey, take that, Skip Bayless. Your punk ass.
Game tied at 89. Here comes
Skip Bayless. Take that with your punk ass.
this one.
I challenge Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe.
No, I like Shannon. Only thing I want to do is put my foot up Skip's ass.
Okay.
Damn.
Let's see if Skip's up for that challenge.
Man, in my opinion, I always phrase that. I don't want to be one of these idiots on these other networks act like they know everything about all sports. Skip Bayless.
Like they know everything about every sport. I don't want to call out certain guys.
No, don't.
Be
Be nice.
Yeah, call them out.
Nice.
We know I hate Skip Bayless.
Did I try?
But
I did.
But
I
Ernie,
tried.
listen,
Call him out.
we don't know
Right.
everything about all these sports.
LeBron's the only one got a legacy ride. He gonna get all the blame, unfortunately. He's the one. He's on that Mount Rushmore. And, you know, Skip Bayless, the idiot, he's gonna find a way to blame LeBron, even though those guys have played 6 bad games. I'm not waiting on those guys. They've had 6 bad games in a row.
Thank you for giving me an alternative so I don't have to watch Skip Bayless anymore. I will always be indebted to you, so I don't have to watch that asshole Skip Bayless. You know, you got guys on TV. You know, you got Skip Bayless, who's a punk. You got J. Roddy, who's a punk. There's always going to be punks in TV because they got no talent. They got to talk about famous people. Let me tell you something. Anybody who goes after Derrick Rose is just an idiot. And first of all, you know I think Skip Bayless is the biggest punk in the world. You know, he's the biggest punk in the world. I just hate Skip Bayless, and I hate using the word. But it works in his favor. You know, I don't even watch him anymore. You know, I told Dan Patrick, thank God for Dan Patrick, because he gives me something to watch in the morning. To get on TV every day and just go after the big stars, that don't make you a journalist. That makes you a punk. And that's what Skip Bayless is.
So as you can see, man, Charles Barkley's dislike for Skip Bayless runs deep, and I can't say it's not warranted. You know, with all these reports coming out about people wanting to put hands on Skip Bayless, the fact that Matt Barnes and Shannon Sharpe has had to diffuse 2 situations within the last year, I think speak volumes of who he is. I don't encourage violence, and I don't think it should be used when people are using their words. At the same time, it's only so much people are going to take with you playing with their name every day on TV and you monetizing it. I think so. Whenever you play with someone's name like Russell Westbrook or whatever, I mean, he's making a lot of money in the NBA, right? But Russ may want to play for another team. Like, he may want another contract. And I ain't saying like the biggest contract in the world, but maybe he wants like a vet minimum or slightly above that for some team in his next contract. And you out here calling him Russell Westbrook every day. That helps your ratings and your network, but that diminishes his value. So you can never know how someone is going to receive that. You know, some people it's water under the bridge, but even Stephen A. Smith, when he was calling out Glenn Big Dog Robinson, he said Big Dog ran up on him in the locker room and was like, yeah, what's all that you was saying? He got on that real fast with him, you know, in the locker room. So you can't worry about the next man in a way as far as how you do your job, but you can be respectful. You can keep it along the lines of respect, and I don't think that's too much to ask for. You know, it's disrespect does cause good ratings, but can you keep that up? Because even that, any fad will get tired after a while. You know, I remember when Jerry Springer's show, whenever they first started fighting on there, how high the ratings went and everything. They had to end up changing it and making it more like a staged fighting show rather than real fights, you know, at one point. So I just say that to say, is what you doing, can you play the long game? What you doing? Yeah, it may be a little more steady if it's just a knowledgeable show where you having good debate, but that'll be around longer. You'll be able to get guests, and interesting personalities may see your platform and be like, hey, I want to go give those guys an interview, or I want to go sit beside those guys and have a dialogue. Because you remember, I mean, T.O. and Chad Ochocinco, they went on First Take to confront Skip Bayless, and that was really good at the time. But you haven't really seen as many of those type of interactions here lately, and I think those shows need that. I feel like Stephen A. Smith, you know, when he brought Magic Johnson in for the interview whenever he left the Lakers, you know, when he got that exclusive with Kyrie when he wanted to leave Cleveland, he got that exclusive with Carmelo Anthony whenever he was out and trying to get back in the league. I feel like that adds to the show. You know, you need to take a break from the whole trolling aspect of it, because that is not sustainable in my opinion, man. He's been here for this long, but I think that's more to do with Shannon Sharpe and what he brings than Skip Bayless himself. So I can see why Charles Barkley feels the way he feels. He gave great reasons. It was his hatred for LeBron James. Whenever he was saying, take that punk egg, I cut that clip out, but that was something Skip Bayless was saying about Damian Lillard. And Dame, it was back in the bubble, you know, where Dame had that big, how many points did he score that one game? Was it like 60? He was on a run. I think he had like a bunch of games where he was scoring 50 and 60, you know, high 40s, 50, 60. He was doing it like that. And he was, so Charles Barkley was taking up for him on that. And, you know, Skip can't play the victim when you can't play the villain and the victim, and that seems like what Skip Bayless is trying to do. You can only be a villain or a victim. You can't be both. So he's got to make up his mind, man. Hey, listen, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all really help us grow, man. I appreciate all your comments and everything. I learned a lot just listening to what y'all have to say under these videos. So don't hesitate to comment. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, peace.